Students from Basis McLean, Jefferson, Poolesville meet today on It's Academic.
I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest-running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention. Mentors inspire greatness. And passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
So glad you're with us as we kick off the Fast Start round, where questions are worth 10 points up or down. The first team to buzz in gets to answer, and they'll buzz in fast. This is another playoff match. Of course, the students do not see what you do on the screens at home. Here we go, guys. Begin with W. All your answers must begin with the letter W. That's W as in wow. There are millions of entries in this online encyclopedia. Basis.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. This Chief Justice delivered the 1954 Poolesville.
Warren. Yeah.
Answer?
Warren.
Yeah, you've got it. This street is the center of New York's financial Poolesville.
Wall Street. Wall Street.
Yeah. Pertussis is another name for this disease against which children.
Whooping
Basis.
cough.
Yes, you're right. This American architect designed the Guggen. Yes, Jefferson.
Right.
Yes. This animal nicknames the state of Michigan. Yes, Jefferson.
Wolverine.
Wolverines is correct. In 1794, this rebellion occurred in TJ.
Whiskey.
Whiskey is right. This major tennis tournament is held in England. Basis.
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon, correct. This fictional doctor is a close friend of TJ.
Doctor Who.
No, Dr. Watson of Sherlock Holmes. This marsupial uses its...
Wombat.
Wombat is right, but I have to finish the question. Uses its butt to defend against predators. That was worth repeating, don't you think? That is the end of the Fast Start round. Let's recap these scores. Basis Independent McLean, 130. Thomas Jefferson, 130. And Poolesville, 120 points. And now, of course, it's time for the mix and match round. We're going to begin with Basis Independent McLean, obviously from McLean, Virginia. Hello, guys. Henry, we'll start with you. What's going on?
Hi, my name is Henry. I'm from Basis Independent McLean. I'm a junior. I'd just like to thank Mr. Castellassi for being a coach or advisor or supporter and, being a great teacher,
Beautiful. And he's not here today, but Fiona, tell us about yourself, and we'll meet your dad later. That's a little bit of what's coming up.
Hi, Hillary. I'm a 17-year-old senior. I'd like to thank my parents for being here today with me, and I also like to thank the rest of the Basis Quiz Bowl Club for all their support.
All right, and Caden.
Hello, Hillary. I'm a 16-year-old junior. I enjoy fencing and cooking, and I'd like to thank Mrs. Rosemary O'Neill for supporting us for so many years.
So, guys, it's May. The school year's quickly winding down quickly. If you could do anything this summer, what would it be, Henry?
I'm actually kind of a guy that likes just hanging out with friends wherever my friends are. I'm happy. So, just hanging out, being social would be great.
Cool. Fiona?
After I graduate, I just want to travel more, so I'm looking forward to do that.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah.
Hiya, Caden, tell us.
Hello. I'd also love to travel, but I'm also looking for a lab internship to do this summer.
Shout out for a lab internship for Caden. All right, here we go, guys. Questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. A crab I escape. You can escape with 20 points if you find in this phrase the name of what disease against which dogs are routinely vaccinated.
Rabies.
Yeah. Puzzled, stubborn, guilty. Which of these words best describes someone who is perplexed?
Puzzled.
Puzzled is right. I need a new travel agent could have been a text from what Homeric hero who took 10 years to return home to his wife Penelope after the Trojan War?
Odysseus.
Yes. 75 cents each. $4 for 3, $6 a dozen. If you went shopping at a used book sale, which of these prices would get you the best rate?
And it's 50 cents each for
Yeah.
six a dozen.
wait, no, no.
Answer, please.
4 for $3.
Oh, it's 6 a dozen. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. The man who said this should know, since he was what nationalist leader who led India to independence in 1947 and was called Mahatma?
Gandhi.
Gandhi is right. Nicely done. Basis Independent McLean, 210 points. Now let's mosey on over to Team 2, Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. Good to see you guys again. Sanjay, we'll start with you. Tell us what you're up to. And then, if you could do anything this summer, what would it be?
Hi, my name is Sanjay. I'm a 17-year-old senior. I like playing basketball, and I'd like to thank our principal, Dr. Panatidabas, for showing up.
Wonderful. And this summer, if you could?
Something I want to surf. I want to try to learn how to do that.
Oh, no, that would be cool. Here at the Delmarva beaches or somewhere better?
I don't know exactly.
Anywhere.
where.
Okay. Hello, Alec.
Hello, my name is Alec. I'm a senior at Thomas Jefferson, and I would love to thank our coach, Ms. Fu, for always supporting us. I like to play guitar, I like to play basketball, and if I could do anything this summer, I'd go surfing with Sanjay.
Okay. Dylan, how about you?
Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm a senior. In my free time, I like programming and teaching. And if I could do anything this summer, I'd get my driver's license.
Oh, wow. So you've waited a little while.
Yeah.
That's my kid did that. All right, here we go. Ready? Feel it musically. To strike the right note, see if you can find hidden within this sentence what type of paper that turns red with acids and blue with bases.
Litmus.
Yes. Incisive, ascetic, befuddled. Which of these words would best describe someone who is confused?
Befuddled.
Befuddled, yeah, it sounds like what it is. Save the date might have been a text from William the Conqueror to his soldiers regarding what battle in 1066 that changed English history.
Hastings.
Yeah. $100 a day, $1,500 a week, $5,000 a month. If you wanted to rent a hotel room, which of these would save you the most money?
Oh, 100.
100 a day.
100 a day.
You got it. A good head and a good heart are a formidable combination. These are the words of what man who had both a good head and a good heart and became the first black president of South Africa?
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes, it is. Thomas Jefferson High School, 230 points. Nice, guys. And finally, last but certainly not least, the gentleman from Poolsville High School in Montgomery County. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, I'm Jacob, and I like playing the piano in my free time.
Nice. And if you could do anything this summer, what would it be?
So I'd like to spend more time with my family because, especially as I go off to college, I want to be able to spend time with them.
Very nice. Yeah, good. And Lawrence, how about you?
Hi, I'm Lawrence, and I go to Poolsville High School. In my free time, I play some badminton. And I'd like to thank Miss Snavely, our sponsor, although she's not here. She's here with us in spirit. And also our principal, Mr. Carruthers, for being here in her place.
So this summer, if you could do anything in the world, what would it be?
Literally just hibernate like the whole summer.
Hibernate. Yeah, I can see the benefit to that. How about you, Sumed?
Hi, I'm Sumed, and I'm a 17-year-old senior. And this summer, I would like to travel to a new country.
What country do you have in mind?
Well, I would probably like to stay close in North America, like Canada or Mexico.
All right. Well, maybe it'll happen. Here we go. Questions. Call a servant. You won't need a servant to help you find the hidden name of what kind of coherent beam of light that can be used to make a hologram.
Laser?
Yeah. Thrifty, talented, rude. A person who is frugal can best be described by which of these adjectives?
Thrifty?
Thrifty, yes. JapaneseWarrior.gov. Had the internet been around in the 17th century, you might have checked this website to reach what S-initialed Japanese warriors who served the shoguns.
Samurai?
Yeah. 5 payments of $50, 10 payments of 10, 20 payments of 7. If you were buying something on the installment plan, which of these options would cost you the least?
10 for 10.
10 for 10.
10 for 10 is it. Here were 2 people farther away from home than anyone had ever been before. This was the observation of what American, the second man to set foot on the moon?
Aldrin.
Yeah, nicely done. Poolsville High School, 220 points. That does it for our mix and match round. Stick around because Picture Perfect's next.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Time for the Picture Perfect round. In this round, questions are worth 20 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to go. Here we are. The people in the background are standing in the waters of what Middle East sea that is almost 10 times salty? Poolsville.
Dead Sea.
Dead Sea, yeah. I floated in that. Your legs just bounce right up. Coin arm. By rearranging the letters here, you can name what Italian scientist who invented wireless telegraphy leading Jefferson.
Marconi.
Correct. It was during the reign of Edward III that England began what long 14th Poolsville.
100 Years' War.
Yeah, you've got it. A line perpendicular to the line indicated by this equation, Poolsville.
2.
2 is right. This is what man who invented dynamite and later became basis.
Nobel.
Yeah, you're right. And later bequeathed 5 prizes awarded yearly in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. Looking quite peaceful here is what American woman best known for writing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. No buzz. The answer is Julia Ward Howe. First adopted in 1881, Poolsville. Answer.
Estonia.
Yeah, very good. This is, the flag was adopted by students, in case you didn't know, and the flag was readopted in 1990. This watercolor called White Ships is by what American artist whose last name suggests a non-commissioned military officer? Yes, basis. Yes, you're right. John Singer Sargent. Well done, and that is the end of the Picture Perfect round. We've got Basis Independent with 250 points, TJ with 250 points, and Poolsville with 300 points. So you know by now, all of these students are pretty smart. They're pretty fast, very capable, and they are encouraged by their coaches and administrators who join them here on It's Academic. So let's meet them. We begin with Basis Independent McLean. Fiona, tell us about your coaches and then the cliffhanger about who's with you here today.
Yeah, so our coaches, Mr. Casalaspi and Miss O'Neill, unfortunately couldn't be with us today, but as always, we thank them for their support and guidance. But we have one of our parent coaches, my dad, Mr. Zhu, here with us today.
It's great to have you here today. And a little bit of housekeeping. Caden is actually 17 years old, right?
Yes.
When was your birthday?
October 19th.
October 19th. Yeah, we tape before this airs, so that's why the discrepancy in dates. Thanks very much for that, and let's turn it over to TJ Alec, who's with you.
We have our coach, Ms. Fu, and our principal, Dr. Bonatadamus. And I want to thank both of them for coming out and supporting us, and it means a lot.
Yeah, and Poolsville. Hi, Lawrence.
So we have our coach, Miss Snavely, who, as I said before, couldn't be here today, unfortunately. But we do have our principal, Mr. Carruthers, here with us, and we are very grateful that he showed up.
All right, and now, of course, we're going to begin the packet round. All right, and now it's time, of course, for the packet round. In this round, as all of you guys know, questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. If all of the questions are correct, you get a 25-point bonus. Now, here are our packets, 1, 2, and 3. Basis Independent McLean gets to answer first. TJ gets to choose which packet they answer questions from.
We'll give them number 1.
Number 1, Basis. The U.S. Olympic Committee has its headquarters in what same state where the U.S. Air Force Academy is located?
Nevada.
No, it's Colorado. Close. Dogs are now being used to help diagnose patients with what metabolic disease usually treated with insulin?
Diabetes.
Yeah. Virginia Dare, the first child born of English parents in the New World, lived in what lost colony that disappeared without a trace in 1591?
Roanoke.
Yeah. Here's your science question. Regeneration, heterogamy, parthenogenesis. The production of offspring without fertilization is referred to as which of these?
Parthenogenesis.
You've got it. Born in 1832, the longest living land animal in the world is a giant tortoise named Jonathan, who lives on what Atlantic island, the site of Napoleon's last exile?
Is it St. Alba?
Alba.
Oh.
St. Alba.
No, it's St. Helena. You had it the first time. F. Scott Fitzgerald never really liked what title given to his best-selling novel whose characters included Daisy Buchanan.
The Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby is right. Here's your math question. Solve for X.
Oh, 2x plus 3 is equal to, so x is 1.
You're right. A collector paid over $3,000 for the signature of what English economist who warned that population would outpace food supply in his book, The Principle of Population?
Malthus.
You are correct again, and that's the end of that round for you. Basis independent, 370 points. Now we have packet 2 or 3 for Thomas Jefferson. Poolsville, which one?
We'll give him 2.
2. In descending order we go. The innermost part or center of the earth is given what name that also identifies the central part of an apple?
Core.
Yes. One prediction that didn't come true was that in 1910, the Earth would pass through the tail of what comet that appears every 76 years?
Halley's Comet.
Yes. During the French Revolution, there was an attempt to establish decimal time, which, as the word decimal suggests, would create a clock with what number of hours?
10.
10. Here's your science question. The volume of a gas is 100 milliliters when it's under 5 atmospheres of pressure. What is its volume when it is under 1 atmosphere of pressure?
500.
500.
500 is right. The Kite Runner is a book set in Afghanistan, and its author, Khaled Hosseini, was in fact born in what Afghan capital?
Kabul.
Yes, you're right. When President Grant's daughter Nellie was married, a special poem was written for the occasion by what poet, better remembered for Leaves of Grass?
Walt Whitman.
Yeah, Walt Whitman. Here's your math question. Solve for X, giving your answer as a positive integer.
28.
28.
You got it. What American known as the father of modern rocketry always celebrated October 19th as Anniversary Day, since that was the day he climbed a cherry tree and got the idea for rocketry?
Goddard.
Yeah, it was. Nicely done. 25-point bonus for Thomas Jefferson. 435 points. And now we've got packet number 3 for Poolsville. The same year that Texas entered the Union, Alexander Cartwright wrote the rules for what game now played by the Houston Astros?
Baseball.
Yeah. The day of the week we know is Thursday got its name from what hammer-wielding Norse god of thunder?
Thor.
Thor is right. In 1913, the Smithsonian Institution awarded a medal to what French engineer who had built the famous Paris Tower that bears his name?
Eiffel?
Yes. Here's your science question. Pauli Röntgen Mendeleev. No 2 electrons in the same atom may have exactly the same quantum numbers. This concept is part of the exclusion principle attributed to which of these scientists?
Pauli?
Pauli is right. Later elected to Congress, William Anderson gained prominence in the 1950s as the captain of what first nuclear submarine? Answer?
Nautilus?
Yeah, it is the Nautilus. Nicely done. In 2010, the outgoing CEO at a major company tweeted goodbye using what type of Japanese poetry that has 17 syllables?
Haiku?
Yep. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
16.
16 is right. Aaron Burr, the first and only vice president to be tried for treason, was defended by what Virginian who had earlier served as the first U.S. Attorney General?
Madison?
Nah, it was Edmund Randolph, but that was really well played, Poolsville. 440 points. That does it for the packet round. The grab bag is next, so don't go away.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that koalas native to Australia have prints that are very similar to human fingerprints? This has sometimes caused confusion at crime scenes. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
So you know it's time for the grab bag round, and it's true. In this round, absolutely anything can happen, and this is a pretty close game. So let's recap the scores before we dive in. Basis Independent McLean, 370 points. Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, 435 points, and Poolesville High School, 440 points. So you guys know how this works. Questions are worth 20 points up or down. I'll let you know when there are questions to look at on your monitor. Here we go. In 2004, archaeologists discovered ruins of a large university in what Egyptian city, better known for its ancient basis?
Alexandria. Yeah.
Alexandria.
Yep, better known for its library. Bees have close to 1 million brain cells, 4 times as many as what kind of fly widely used in Poolesville?
Fruit.
Pardon me?
Fruit.
Yeah, that's it. The first European translation of the Arabian Nights stories was into what language, in which basis? French is correct. On your monitors. This is a self-portrait of what French painter who gave up a job as a successful stockbroker to become an artist in Tahiti? You'll know it when I say it, Gauguin. Obviously feeling that 2 heads were better than 1, 17th century Britons deposed King James II and put what royal couple, Poolesville?
William and Mary.
Yep, that's it. What is the average of 3 consecutive odd integers, Poolesville?
7.
No, X is what we were looking for. Mary Jenkins was the maiden name of what Maryland woman hanged in 1865 for her role, Poolesville?
Surratt.
Yeah, you've got it on your screens. This was the view of what American botanist who developed over 800 Jefferson?
No.
Answer?
Linnaeus.
No, we're looking for Burbank. One of the earliest thermometers to accurately measure heat was devised by what Italian scientist who first sighted 4 of Jupiter's moons? Jefferson.
Galileo.
Yeah. The Gravedigger's Handbook is the first book stolen by Liesel in what Marcus Zusak novel about a young girl? Jefferson.
Book thief. The book thief.
Correct. Choice. Which of the following is not a vector quantity? Force, speed, Jefferson.
Speed.
Speed, yeah, on your screens. This is Istanbul's St. Irene's Church, which overlooks what strait linking the Sea of Marmara? Basis. Yes, you've got it. In 1854, botanist Charles Mason introduced to California what type of green-colored nut used to flavor ice cream? Basis.
Pistachio.
Pistachio is right. What German code machine whose name... Go ahead, TJ.
Enigma.
Yes, it is Enigma. You got it in, and that is the end of the game. The judges are tabulating the scores. We'll be right back.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hi, my name is Oliver Robert. I am a 16-year-old 11th grader at Benjamin Banneker High School, and I work at Seton Elementary in Shaw, where I tutor kids and help them set up outdoor activities like soccer, and I really like going there because it gives me a valuable insight to different communities outside of my own circle, and I think it is a great way to connect with different people and help become a very valuable member of the DC community.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Now, that was a good game. We only have 45 points separating these teams. Let's talk about those scores. Basis Independent McLean, Henry, Fiona, and Caden, 450 points. Well done, guys. From Poolesville High School in Montgomery County, Jacob Lawrence Sumed, 480 points. Good job. And coming back for the semifinal, taking their 25-point bonus, Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, Sanjay Alec Dillon, 495 points. Stick around. We have more coming up in just a minute.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention, mentors inspire greatness, and passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
That's it for us at It's Academic. We are so happy you were here with us today. I'm Hillary Howard. See you next time. Bye, everybody.